Hi everybody, welcome to Womanthology. How you guys doing? Just some root business before we get started off. If there is a Q&A, is there Q&A? You guys going to take questions?
You guys want Q&A? Sure. All right.
Look at that, how cool is that? There's a microphone right there in the middle of the room. Just queue up behind it when they ask for Q&A. And at the end of the panel, when you leave, you're going to leave to your left, our right. Enjoy Womanthology. This is Miss Nicole Sixx.
Hello, how's everyone doing? We're Womanthology. So before we get started, I'm going to give you guys all an exclusive sneak peek at our upcoming pages for the Womanthology, which will be released in February 7th, 2012. It is already available for pre-order on Amazon.com. So thank you everyone who helped with our Kickstarter. If you guys already ordered your copy, you can get it through the Kickstarter, obviously, for your great service to us. But if not, you can already pre-order it from Amazon. So let's get started. And the first one here on the list is from the lovely Miss Jenna Busch. Oh wait, I am mistaken. First we have our awesome intro page. This here is a compilation of all the different tweets about women getting excited about our Womanthology and how they joined with us. That there is our creator, Renae de Liz. And I think it is a really awesome opening intro page. Then here, this is about the creators of it. Obviously, again, there's Renae. And then next to her, you have Laura. And one thing I wanted to point out is, it's going to take me a second here, but if you see where, there you go, that's what I wanted. Down there, we have these awesome little tidbits at the bottom of each page. So, very exciting. And we Alrighty, so now I believe the next one should be Jenna. Woo! So, real fast, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, and it's about a woman who dreams in archetypes and solves crimes. So, the crime solving is, she actually gets a child molester in this one.
Woo!
Just because, because why not? But yeah, I plan on taking this one a little bit further, because I've got plans.
The art is gorgeous.
She did an amazing job, and yeah, I was shocked when I finally saw it all come together.
Yeah, and when I approached you about it, I knew you already did a lot of blogging, but this was your first script?
Yep, this was my first script, and then I have another one with Jenna Busch.
Woo!
And Rachel Candish. Very excited. I think that's it.
Alrighty, well next on the list we have Jody. So Jody, tell us a little.
This is a sort of fantasy fairy tale type story. A woman, her husband and son grow ill, as often happens in fairy tales, and she has to go on a quest to find a cure for them, and she's basically following a story her grandmother told her when she was little, and a nursery rhyme that basically says, armies have gone after this cure and they all die. And the art is by Fiona Staples and Adriana Blake, and Fiona did most of the art on this page except for that panel right there, that one. And the next page, which is coming up, Adriana did most of it. Yeah, there we go. Adriana did all of the panels except for the one that Fiona did there, and each page has both artists' art on it.
That's an interesting collaboration. Good job. Nicely done. Woo! Wow. Alrighty, now on to Kim. So why don't you tell us about yours, Kim?
Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Komatsu, and this is my comic called The Aviator and the Elephant. I collaborated with artist Tanya Wooten, and I think she did a phenomenal job. It tells the story of a little girl who saves an elephant from the circus. It's also set against the backdrop of a war, because I wanted to take that theme of heroic and kind of like weave it into all parts of the story. So it's a sad story, but I had a lot of fun writing it. I think there's a few more images.
Real fast, flip forward. The coloring is amazing. Did Tanya do that too?
Oh yes, she did all of the, she did pencils, inks, colors, and also the lettering as well. So I think she did a great job of interpreting the story.
Is there more pages than just this next one?
I think there's 2 more.
All right, let's keep going. Exciting. Ooh. Very beautiful job. So this next one is Jenna again.
Hello. Okay. Just gonna stay down so I can't see the light. Okay, so this one I co-wrote with Rachel Panditch, and the art is by Janet Lee, who won the Eisner for Dapper Men. And this one is a story based on, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the nursery rhyme Ladybird, or Ladybug, Ladybug, fly away home, your house is on fire and your children they will burn. It's very happy. So this particular nursery rhyme we thought sort of fit the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire, which is the reason we have fire exits and all that, and a lot of women died. I think it was 147, but it's 100 years this year. So this is, the nursery rhyme is actually written in through the comic, and I think she just did the most amazing art. It was fun doing a piece with a co-writer. It was actually a lot of fun. I feel like I should sit up now. All right. but we have plans to take this further as well.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. Alrighty, it tells me the next one is me. Okay, so obviously I went with a medieval/Renaissance type theme here. I wanted to keep the colors very alive, and this is the story, a little fairy tale for you, of a knight who goes, and the king gave the knight the king's favorite horse, and the king drove through the forest on the horse road, and then he ended up encountering a great darkness. You can tell I'm a much better writer than a public speaker. And so then the darkness challenged the brave knight, but the knight stood true to the task, because there was a task about fear, and the only thing the knight ever feared was hurting her daughter. That was my advice. And I did all the art, all the penciling, all the inking, all the coloring, and all the lettering, which I had help from my wonderful editor, Susan, who gave me her Archie ones, so yay. Alrighty, and this next one is Cat Staggs.
That's me. Alright, that's page 1 and 2.
Do you want me to flip through, or?
No, that's it. That's all. It's the story is written by Barbara Randall Kiesel. She's a vigilante. It's kind of a vigilante crime story. She's going against the man. And taking down corporate, blah blah blah. But insert corporation here. But it's a action adventure, 5 pages, and I'm pretty happy with it. Barbara and I think, are going to try and take this further if we get a chance. But I did pencils, colors. I did all the art. So
Good job. I like your sci-fi character. Alrighty, and so the next one is going to be Amanda.
So my story I wrote, and then Amy Donahoe did the art. And mine is called The Culper Spy, and I took a real story that I had heard about the Revolutionary War, how there was a female spy that had done a lot of help, but nobody knows her name, so I decided to take sort of a reimagining of what I think that story could have been like and who she actually was. Because I just thought it was cool that this was a story that I'd never really heard about and had to do a lot of research, so I just sort of fictionalized it.
You have the youngest approval, and I approve of that.
All right.
You did the you. And then the next one here is Mary.
Hi, yes. I chose to do a pinup of some of my original characters. I have a universe called the Zori Vita universe. I was trying to pitch a show for young girls with strong female characters. In my pinup here is my main character Zori, and she's fighting an evil queen called White Rain. She's basically an alien that's trying to take over the world. And in the bottom is my character Samya, who's rescued a young alien girl.
Mary also, I go ahead and hold it up, was responsible for putting together our lovely sketchbook, which is, once again, if you helped at the Kickstarter, you have a copy for that if you put down the $16 pledge, and I'm in there along with a lot of the lovely ladies on this panel. Is everybody on this panel in the sketchbook? Mm-hmm. Everybody in the panel is on the sketchbook. So. Awesome. So, thank you, Mary. All right, and of course, our last contributor, Miss Bonnie Burton.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I'm like enjoying everybody else's comics. I'm like, oh, I'm not here. So this one's called Lost Treasures. I did the story using lyrics from Samantha Newark, who is the new voice of Jem from the cartoon that was just relaunched. And she's a singer-songwriter in her own right, and she had a song that she has a couple songs I could choose from, and I chose this one. And so it's an interesting comic in the sense that I did the story, but the only text you see are the lyrics. So I wanted to have something that had an ocean theme. I'm big into pirates. And I don't want to give anything away at the end, but let's just say I'm a big Godzilla fan, so I think we got together. And the art's done by Jessica Hickman, who's also a really close friend of mine, who does a lot of Star Wars work, and she does her own webcomic as well. So it's a very lush piece, but I wanted something that had a monster in it, because I don't think there's enough comics with monsters at the end, but then you kind of redefine what a monster is at the end anyway, so. But yeah, so that's my comic.
Woo. Yeah, great job, Jessica. It's fabulous. All right, I believe that is the end of our samples for you. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that special treat, and it's going to be awesome. I've looked at most of the pages already, and you guys are it's going to be great. I'm so proud of everyone. So. Alrighty, so I figure I'll run it down the line, just starting with Jody, and why don't you guys each tell a little bit about your experiences getting hooked up with Womanthology and what it means to you.
Well, I'm a writer who I've been writing for a long time, but I've only fairly recently delved into comics, and I was actually working on another anthology, and the editor from that anthology sent me to Renae's tweet, and I was writing a story for him at the time, but that one didn't really have a deadline, so it sort of got shunted to the side to work on Womanthology, but luckily he was okay with that. And it's been a really amazing experience, especially getting to work with Fiona Staples, who is insanely talented, and actually Adriana she was out there doing a lot of the character designs for the story, so it was amazing working with two artists, and I was a little worried at first that having both artists on each page would be a nightmare to put together, but they